might like different taste in women. We might like different clothes, shoes. We might rep different gangs. We might do everything under the sun differently. But one thing all men can agree on in 2026 is you are the problem. And we came to an understanding, and we can lock arms on that one. We can lock arms on that one. All men in the world that are separated and going against each other, one thing we can all come together and lock arms and say and agree on is you are the problem. For sure.
You go to the bus stop, you look down, there's no bus. The intelligent thing to do is walk to the next stop. You get to the next stop, you look, you don't see a bus, you walk to the next stop. And sometimes you might make it to your destination before that bus comes. So what should you have done? Waited there and hoped and prayed that the bus was coming? Absolutely not. I'm going to keep going to the next stop. I'll look back. I'll see if there's any growth or change. No growth or change. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to wait around hoping and praying that a bus that I know should be in clear view is not there and then maybe it'll just magically appear. Absolutely not.
It's an accurate depiction of today's society. Look behind me. Two beautiful women cooking in the kitchen while the men follow me. Sit outside and talk. Drink their coffee and just wait for their food to be ready.
And that's how the world is meant to be. Now shut up and get back in the kitchen.
You know, as a woman, I not only agree, but if there was a problem that you women were facing, you would expect the men to fix it, right? If something in the kitchen broke, you would expect a man to fix it. If your car broke, you would expect a man to fix it. If anything broke or anything happened to you, you were injured or whatever else, you would expect a man to fix it. So yeah, get back in the kitchen and work.
You know, men are not going to continue. I think men are getting to a point to where they would rather take a loss, right? I'd rather lose, as you would put it, as you would have it, if you say so. I would rather lose than sit up here and try to convince somebody to like me and they don't even care about me. That's the point that a lot of men are getting to. So you're not going to see me beg. You're not going to see me sit up here and pine and sing a song, Earth Angel, will you be mine? And since I lost my baby, and you're not going to hear me saying that because there's not really anything out here to beg for. I'm not going to sit up here and convince you to like me. You don't even like me.
If I was a guy, I'd be so scared to be in a relationship in America because they are willing to be traditional, but the women are not. And they get nothing in return for their money, their time, or their resources. And the girl ends up cheating or not willing to cook or make a sandwich. And it's just, I'm so happy I'm not a man.
The reason that you have a lot of these guys now saying that they don't want to be in relationships and they don't want to date and it's not worth it to them is just because it's like, I'm giving you what you're asking for. I'm giving you what you say you need. And then when it comes to me asking for what I need, you're just like, no. Right? You're just not willing to do it.
My opinion, men don't require that much. If a woman requires the same thing.
Wait, which is not that much?
That it should be even because I require a lot. I expect my dude to require a lot too. I can't go to that with basic. You gotta require a lot because I require a lot as well.
You want a man that has the option to get other that turn you on.
Why would you want a guy that don't get no?
Then you're gonna be upset when he entertain them other too, right?
No.
Y'all want the that's handsome that could get all the, but you don't want him to actually choose the other. That's what you're saying.
You don't want a man that no girl looks at. Why the do I want you if nobody else wants you?
Because he got other qualities that is successful for a long-term relationship.
Back to y'all top three. He ain't passed the fitness check or the feminine check or the friendly check.
I'm pretty sure you don't care if you fit or not if you got that bag.
No, them niggas be ugly sometimes.
So you will settle, you will lower your standards in the attractive area because he has money.
A lot of these modern women are feeling that men are not really investing. They're not engaged. The experience, the meeting, us being here on the date, it kind of feels flat, right? And while I understand, you know, if you come out there, you should probably try to put your best foot forward, right? But you have to understand, men are reading you. They're watching you and they're saying, oh, here we go. Like you say something and a man is like, because y'all think y'all are the only ones that do that. And a man is saying, oh, here we go again. He hears a certain thing or he sees a certain thing, sees a look, you know, maybe you're wearing something and you're like, oh, here we go again. It's going to be a long night.
We stopped slapping. So they forgot that they don't have the strength of a man.
Right. Yeah, I think it's good though. We stopped slapping bitches.
I don't know about that. There's a few I would like to slap.
I'm looking at all these women fight men online. I was like, why?
That's why.
Yeah.
Because you stopped slapping them, and the female ego is ridiculous. I mean, these women, like, they literally think what they see in the movies is real. I'm not saying just go around smack random women.
Yeah.
I'm saying you start acting like a or you want to get in someone's face. All it takes is one smack to realize you're not as strong as a man.
When I grew up, I used to see my father hit my mom. I hated it. So I was like, you know what? I'm never going to do that again.
And now your wife's out of control.
Hell yes, a man could feel like he fumbled you, and it's not because you look better now. It's mainly because he knew he probably could have given his all in that relationship, you know, or he could have cheated on you and fumbled you because you was a good woman, or, you know what I mean, he just didn't live up to the expectations he could have, you know, done. And that's the only time when most men feel like they lost or fumbled a good girl, you know what I mean? When he know he messed up and he could have been a better man. You see what I'm saying? But if he knew he gave it his all, if he knew he showed up, if he knew he did his thing, and you still came with chaos, disrespect, and entitled mindset, feeling like he gotta compensate for what the last person did. Oh man, him leaving you was the real flex. You see what I'm saying? I could bet $1 million. He's not losing sleep over your glow up, over your mommy makeover, over you bouncing back. Go back. I can bet every dollar I have in the bank, he's not losing sleep over that. You know what I mean?
And a lot of these modern women, you know, they want men to continue to audition for a role that, quite frankly, Chad and Tyrone didn't even have to try out for. Chad and Tyrone, y'all know those actors and actresses, they don't even have to show up to the audition. They already got the part. That's what's happening with a lot of these Chads and Tyrones. They don't even have to audition. You got the part. Sold. He don't put no energy into it. But then you got Chad and Tyrone over here. You just give it up. A man's gonna find out about that. And when he finds out about that, how do you think that's gonna make him feel? Not very good.
What?
That's a red flag for me. Taking
the
food
leftovers
on your first date. On your first date with someone, leave the food.
Leave the food.
I have to agree.
All right.
But who wanted to take the food, you or her?
We both didn't want it to go to waste. So I was like, do you want it? And she was like, no. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll take it. So I took it. There were two separate packages, right?
Lauren, can you tell us why taking the food is
I'd love to hear this.
An ick?
It has something to do for me, like financially. I think that leftovers, when you take leftovers, it's when you're like in a relationship. As a first date, you just eat whatever you want. And if there's leftovers, you can leave them there and then you can go your separate ways.
Say like you're dating a guy, you meet as homeboys, and you realize like he ain't the leader of the pack. I can't. I don't care about what they look like, but I want my man to be the head honcho.
You're like 35. You're like 35 years old talking about you want your boyfriend or your man to be the leader of his friend group. Are we in high school? Leader? The hell are you talking about leader? We are grown adults. You're like 40 years old. I need my man to be the head honcho of his friend group. He also has to be the best at dodgeball in PE class. What the hell are you talking about? You're 45. So tired of this. It's like I genuinely think that the CIA has to be paying these women to say the most psyop nonsense you've ever heard in your life. Shorty be 50 years old, talk about her boyfriend gotta be popular. What are we talking about? Genuinely, they got the podcast equipment, sat down in front of the mics, press record, and was like, you know what we should talk about today? Us being super grown, like 55 years old, talking about my boyfriend has to be the leader of his friend group or I can't talk to him. Mother of 8, talking about leader of the friend group.
You know, a lot of these modern women, what they don't understand is because they're going to continue to ask, how come good men don't talk to them? How come good men don't give them the time of day? Is because y'all continue to try to make men compete, and they've already proven themselves. A lot of these guys that you have in the friend zone, they've already proven themselves many times over, but you still got them out here. Oh, well, you know, what you did last week didn't count. What you did 3 months ago didn't count. You know, I've got a new roster, you guys. Just keep on competing and maybe somebody would win. Lucky me. No, you're not that special.
The men of LA don't approach women, and I refuse. I will not approach a man.
No.
I'll literally make you so uncomfortable that it gets to the point where you have to say something to me because you have become you know what a little bitch you are right now. Like I've been in the same room as you for 45 minutes and you keep looking over at me and you think I'm going to say something to you. And you're looking at me, talking to other people, having fun. You're going to have to approach me. I'm sorry. I'm not dealing with it. And somebody told me that the guys here literally say that they prefer when a woman approaches them. I'm like, not in New York.
I've met very attractive men that they literally, the only girls they've ever dated approach them. I was
Disgusting.
Like, what? I was like, you're an attractive man too, tall, whatever. I'm like, how do you not just, you could easily just go hi. Like, you don't have to
literally, you could just be like, hi. They can't.
A group of men come up and disrespect you. What do you expect your man to do?
Beat their ass.
The whole group.
Oh my God.
It's a tough job being a man of Jesus Christ. Like, on top of the fact that y'all expect us to pay for every thing, we supposed to
die for y'all.
We don't even have the luxury of being afraid like a normal human being. Start shooting in here right now. I'm supposed to go like this over you and run with you hand in hand, knowing I can take off right. I could be good.
Hilarious.
I could do one of these right now and be gone. Good safety. You gonna get me shot. Around with you with these heels on. I told you not to wear them.
I want a dominant man.
Are you gonna lead or not?
That's still just like,
Are
if you
you
really
a man
think
who
about
leads?
it.
Are you a man that leads? That's the response. That's the response. Are you a man that leads?
You have a lot of steady guys, a lot of regular guys, a lot of average guys out here that are continuing to get overlooked because you would prefer, and it's like I talked about in some other commentary, you want a guy that's chaotic, that's up and down. You want a guy that, and I'm laughing about it, but I'm not really joking. You want a guy to beat you upside the head. A guy that you got to run out the house 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, run down the street, beat down your neighbor's door. That's the type of guy that you got to call the freaking police to get that man up out of there. Got to take that man to jail. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. And that's the type of stuff these modern women want.
It does not bother me like it bothers you females when my man tells me to do something. Whatever he says goes. That's just the bottom line for me. I don't care what you guys think. You're like, oh, you're acting like a pick-me. How am I acting like a pick-me if I'm already picked? And I'm going to stay picked because at the end of the day, I honor my man. I respect him. If he tells me not to post something, I'm not posting it. If he tells me not to do something, I'm not doing it. I'm not arguing about it. I'm not going back and forth about it. Because that's the man that I chose to protect me and to provide for me and to be there for me. So I trust his word. So when he says take that down, it's going to down. I'm not asking him why. His reasoning is his reasoning. And I'm trusting his reasoning on why he wants me to do something or not do something. So for y'all coming at me and saying all these weird things, it does not bother me. That I respect my man. And the reason why he loves me the way he does is because he knows how I stand behind him. So I guess I am a pick-me. But he picked me.
Do y'all know that if a woman cheats, it's the man's fault? If a man cheats, it's the man's fault. If a woman decides to leave her marriage, she's empowered. Y'all, she's just out here trying to find herself. Have a little sympathy. But if a man decides to leave his marriage, he's labeled a deadbeat. Kids weaponized against him. He is abandoning his family. Y'all see where I'm going with this? No accountability with women. I mean, think about it. We live in a society where a woman can burn the whole house down and then turn around and blame it on the man for handing her the lighter in the match. And women nowadays have a hard time accepting accountability because then they can no longer play the victim. And when they can't play the victim, then they no longer have control over the situation. But if they would just realize that the moment that they did decide to take accountability, that's actually when they gain the power, not lose it. So the real question is, when are we going to start holding women to the same standards that we hold men to? I mean, blame a man if you want, but at some point you have to look in the mirror and realize that the common denominator you.
And you can sit up here and say, oh, is there a man that's willing to help? Is there a man that's willing to, kind of show that chivalry and stuff like that? But I think a bigger question you should probably be asking, and maybe it's probably a bigger problem, is, am I willing to give back? Am I willing to be feminine? Am I willing to nurture? Am I willing to put in effort? Right? Am I willing to say, okay, I appreciate what you're doing? A lot of women think that chivalry is only one-sided. And, a man is only supposed to do certain things, right? But let's look at your version of chivalry. What is it that you do? And then when we start asking those questions, we come right back on to the question that men be asking women, modern women, and they get upset. What do you bring to the table? What is it that you can do? How is it I'm supporting you? How is it that you can support me? How can you support a family? Do you want to support a family? What type of person are you? And that's usually when modern women crash out and they don't want to answer those type of questions.
She didn't respond. And so I essentially sent her a text message. I said this was a $5 million rehab project that I took on. She never shared her concerns or issues with me before filing for divorce. If you're married, I've been married quite a bit. I think I understand a little bit about the dynamics of, I should understand a little bit about the dynamics of a relationship. You discuss issues and say, hey, if this does not change or something does not happen, this is what might come of it. Mm-hmm. We never had those discussions, and I'm happy to share with you text messages where I was essentially blindsided by the divorce filing.
I was actually going to ask you if this was something that you saw coming, if conversations had been had prior. What do you think Portia's reason was to file for divorce?
I think I was targeted.
In what way?
I was targeted from day one.
If I mentioned to a man that I had planned on buying a Chanel bag, and I wouldn't even mention that in the first place, but if I mentioned that to him, and the next day he messages me asking me, did you get your Chanel bag? I don't know what it is about that, but I would not respond to that. Like, that kind of disgusts me. That's kind of disgusting to me. I would not respond to that. I might block him.
So basically, you're dry begging. That's what you're doing. That is literally what dry begging means. You ask for something without asking for something. And you're trying to pass it off as this is just something icky about it. No, you are just what is considered a dry beggar. That's the same as a girl calling you talking about she don't know how she gonna pay her rent or how she gonna pay her light bill because she's hoping that you're going to offer it up. Why don't you just say, this is how I would dry beg if I was ever in this situation? That's how you should title the video. And for all you people out there who've never heard of dry begging, this is what it is. Someone is asking you for something without asking for something, and then got the nerve to get mad at the man because he didn't give it to her. And she never said it was her man. She just said a man. So this is just some guy that she met. She's about to buy a bag. He then asked her about it because apparently this must be important to her because she brought it up for no reason, and then she wants to block him. That's like me bringing up, hey, I'm going to be buying a new car. You call me the next day and say, hey, did you get your new car? And I just stop responding to you and I block you. You see how silly that sounds? Well, that's how silly you sound, because this is absolutely ridiculous. I do not know where this lady lives, but my advice to her is you better start researching those local pet stores in your area, because as long as you got a mentality like this or a mindset like this, you're gonna need one at some point. So you better start figuring out which one you want, what kind of food you're gonna need. Maybe you want a goldfish, a cat, dog, iguana, a snake. I have no idea which pet you're gonna choose, but this is the time you want to start researching it. I'm just trying to help you out, lady. That's all I'm doing.
A lot of these modern women are saying that a lot of men are emotionally unavailable now, right? But I don't think that's, I feel like you have to look at it, from different angles, right? Because you're saying that men are emotionally unavailable, but maybe we can say emotionally pulling back, emotionally cautious, emotionally reserved, in the sense that I'm looking and I'm seeing, and I'm not 100% sure if I want to expend my emotional energy on what it looks like is about to happen.
So Nelly's ex-girlfriend, Chantel Jackson, revealed she broke up with him hoping that they'll get back together and they'll be closer. But instead, Nelly ended up getting back with Ashanti, getting married, and having a family. I guarantee you it was probably a group of her friends that encouraged her and promoted the idea of play games with him, girl. Go ahead and break up with him. Make him earn you back. Make him show you that he wants you. Too many times you're watching these movies and these fairy tales where you expecting a guy to pull up outside of your window, throw rocks in a limousine and be singing all these songs and have a band outside and go above and beyond and go along to get along just to try to get you back. As opposed to men doing what they should do all along. Like who likes you. We ain't got time to be playing games. So this is a message. Stop playing with people's hearts. Stop playing games. Have a sense of emotional maturity. Have a sense of growth about you, because you're going to end up like her.
So it's safe to say you don't think women are women.
Don't start. I'm going to say, wait. Jesus.
We have women up here with a women and saying women are women.
I feel like I am a woman. I got the look, I got the talk, I got the walk, I got it all.
So does it mean that when you dress like a woman, that makes you a woman?
No. Just because you dress like a woman don't mean you are a woman.
When you say, I feel like a woman.
You have to have the mentality. Like,
what is a woman?
An adult female. A woman is a human who identifies as a woman.
But every day I wake up, I feel like a woman. I see myself, I know I look like a woman. I know this is who I want to be. I don't want to be nobody else but this.
Let me tell you my number one argument for that. If you're a real woman, why do you have to artificially inflate the hole that they created to give you a, or else it will seal back like an earring hole? They have to insert a balloon, blow it up so that their new does not heal and close up on itself. I personally have never had to inflate my because it just works. It's real.
That's to the real vagina.
I say I'm a feminist. To me, it's just, I feel like women should have the choice to do what they want. The same as men. Like, men can choose whatever they wanted.
If we want to talk about choice, women didn't have to work. Men never had that choice throughout history, and I'd argue men, even in 2026, men can't realistically go out there in the dating market and be like, I want to be a stay-at-home husband. That will not fly with even liberal women. Liberal women who might have good career ambitions, their standard, even though they are feminists and believe in 50-50 equality, blah, blah, blah. Most women, even liberal progressive women, their standard's going to be, I want a guy who makes as much money as me or more. So there is never really a choice for men to want to actually step back and be more taking care of the household. That's a choice women have. Now, in terms of careers, you have to have a really strong understanding of what the world looked like 100, 200, 300 years ago. You have to remember 300 years ago, there wasn't air conditioning. There wasn't like lunch breaks and HR, and there wasn't
pregnancy leave.
No, that did not exist. 100 years ago, as a man, you go into the coal mines. This idea of like lacking of access to the workplace was physical. It was labor.
There's 3 definitions of respect that I want to share because they're all really important and they all fit together really well to give a full picture and meaning to the word respect. The first definition of respect that I want you to know is that respect is a feeling of deep admiration for someone by their abilities, qualities, and achievements. The second definition of respect. Respect is a regard for the feelings, wishes, and rights of another. And the third definition of respect. Respect is a feeling and understanding that someone is important and serious and deserves appropriate treatment and regard. So a good man by nature who is thoughtful, loving, caring, wants nothing more than his wife to be happy, will go through thick and thin to try to make his wife happy, is hardworking, wants what's best for his family, sacrifices himself for what's best for the family, is deserving of respect.
Now, my girl has a lot of positive character traits, but the thing that allowed us to even speak in the first place is a sore point that I feel like a lot of girls really need to work on. So me and my girl followed each other on Instagram for almost a year prior to ever speaking. And from we started following each other, like I never really had intention of ever speaking to her or anything like that. It was a little bit situational in the way that we started talking. But for the year that I had her on Instagram, I would like passively pay attention to the things that she was posting. And she never really had a social media presence. Like she had a few pictures posted on her page, barely ever posted any stories. If she did, it was her in the gym after her workout. And I bring this up because I feel like this is a sore point for a lot of women. Whether you realize it or not, your social media presence is keeping you single. I've seen so many physically attractive women that their social media presence is just so off-putting. The provocative pictures that you post just scream, "Do not wife me." All those quotes and memes that you post on your story that you think are so funny, they're not funny. The "I'm a princess, I deserve everything" rhetoric is played out. It's been annoying. It just screams like you're not going to be a viable partner. You're the type of person that you're just going to be selfish and you want everything done for you and you're not prepared to reciprocate or do anything for your partner. You in the club shaking while all of your girls are smacking it, it's a no for me. The way a girl acts when she's single is the most accurate representation of who she is. There's so many girls that I have and see on Instagram that I don't know anything that's going on in their life, but I know when they're single and I know when they're in a relationship because they'll act like a complete, and then all of a sudden their content just completely changes. Next thing you know, they're back to being, it's like, I know you got in a relationship, your man told you, yo, cut all that out, and then you guys broke up and now you're doing all the same that you were doing before.
So I admitted something to my husband today, which is likely something that your wife is thinking too, or has thought at least once in your marriage. Admitting this to my husband was kind of unwise because I like to keep my cuckoo banana stuff inside, but whatever, it kind of came out. I don't know why goat cheese gets packaged in those logs, so I was making my breakfast sandwich and I was trying to get the goat cheese out to like put onto the sourdough toast. It was like unwieldy and messy and stuff was flying all over the place and some fell on the floor. And for me, the fact that this goat cheese packaging was so terrible was my husband's fault. And then the fact that it fell on the floor, in my mind, at that exact moment, was my husband's fault. And I made a little sound. I made a little sound when it fell on the ground that brought my husband's attention to the fact that that cheese fell on the ground and that somehow it was his fault. I mean, a rational person would know that if they spilt cheese on the floor, it is really their fault. I don't think that I am completely alone in this idea of blaming someone else for things that I have done.
Oh, trust me, this is something that men are fully aware of because they have experienced the lack of accountability from plenty of women. Honestly, men that are in a relationship or aren't even in a relationship, they're single, this is one of their worst fears. Because who wants to be blamed for everything wrong in somebody else's life? Men do absolutely like fixing things. Like I talk about that pretty frequently, but he can't fix everything. And it's going to be super frustrating if you think that a man should fix absolutely everything in your life and that you should never have any sort of discomfort. And when you do have a discomfort or frustration, it's all his fault. Now, for this woman in particular, kudos to her for recognizing it. Now, I think she just needs to take it a step further and really take that accountability, apologize to her husband, and move forward with methods to completely avoid this from happening again.
And you know, modern women they're asking, how come good men kind of stop engaging with them, right? But you have to understand that, you know, the kind of man you say you want. So the kind of man, well, I want a man like this, 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 and this. And the man comes up in front of you, the man comes up in front of you, and you let the man go, right? And you let Chad and Tyrone play in your face. And then a couple of days later, you want the good man to show up and rescue you. You want the good man to be a shoulder to cry on. What? Oh, well, you should allow me to do that in each and every situation. No, I'm a good guy. I'm not a doormat.